얼굴도 슬쩍슬쩍 바라만 보고 있네 벌써 몇 번째인지 몰라 사랑에 빠진 거
안녕하세요. Hey guys, it's me Peter.
And Oni!
Together we are two hungry runners. Well guys, welcome back to our third episode of our Korean series.
South Korean series.
Yes, today we are going to explore Korean instant noodles.
Yes, or we call it also Ramyun.
Yes, Korean instant noodles or Ramyun is a big thing in Korea.
Yes, it's big business.
Yeah,
yes.
big business.
Yeah.
And every now and then they come up with like new and interesting flavor. But today we pick like 5 best one, I think.
Yeah, most recommended
Yeah,
one.
most recommended one.
Right, so this is going to be like a battle of Ramyun as well. So we're gonna judge, we're gonna give scores
Yes.
to each of the instant noodles based on the 3 different criteria. The first one is the noodle itself. And the second criteria is the overall taste. Also, the last one is getting interesting here.
What is it?
The slurpiness level.
Okay, so if you watch like a lot of Korean drama as well,
Yes.
It's often they eat noodles with.
Yeah, you have to do that. It's,
Yeah.
it's actually a tradition or custom maybe in Korea or Japan.
Yeah.
So if you do it like very exciting, you know.
That means the ramen is good, right?
Yes, that means the ramen is good.
Yeah, so
Or
we're
the
gonna
ramyun
test
is
that
good.
as well.
Yes. Okay, let's go to our first pick, which is the Nongshim Ramyun Black.
I remember I run away from good things I just say that I need care and discretion.
Okay, this is our first
Yes.
noodle. This is this Shin Ramyun Black.
Yep.
We just cook it based on the package instructions.
Yep.
Quite simple, quite straightforward.
Yes. And
Okay.
yeah, let's dig in.
Let's
Can't
dig
wait.
in.
Okay, first criteria, the slurpiness level.
Okay, by the way guys, if you haven't tried Shin Ramyun before, this noodle is quite spicy, so you need to be careful, you know, just don't like eat it directly, just like take it slowly if you haven't tried it before.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, the slurpiness, right?
Yeah, slurpiness. Let's do together.
It's a 9 out of 10. It's really good. This one is called Shin Ramyun Black, so this is the kind of like the premium version of the highly popular Shin Ramyun. Shin Ramyun is like really popular Korean instant noodle. It's so spicy and stuff.
Yep.
So this one is more intense,
Yeah.
more premium. You know, you can see some veggies in there.
Yeah.
2 different like soup bases as well.
What about the noodle?
The noodle, okay.
Yes, let's score the noodle. Oh, chewy!
Yeah,
Oh, good.
it's really chewy. I think the texture is quite perfect for Shin Ramyun, and the noodle itself is not too thin. Okay, what about the third criteria?
Overall taste.
Oh, overall taste.
I have to agree, the broth is so intense. This might be the most intense broth for Ramyun I have ever tasted.
I agree with Oni as well. I really like the original Shin Ramyun, but I think the Shin Ramyun Black is even better, except the price is more expensive.
Oh yeah, how much is this?
I think it's 2 times the price of the normal Shin Ramyun.
Oh really?
For the texture of the noodles,
Yes.
I think it's gonna give it a 9, right? Like this is.
Yeah, 9
Yeah,
of 10.
Shin Ramyun is like the standard of Korean noodle. Like, so you can't go wrong with Shin Ramyun basically. Everyone loves it. It's very popular. It's even like go into big supermarkets and stuff. What about the flavor, the overall taste?
9 out of 10.
Yeah, 9 out of 10. I mean, again, Shin Ramyun is the standard. You can't go wrong with Shin Ramyun. Even the black version is even better. And we're gonna try the next one, which is this one here.
Paldo cheese ramyun.
Paldo cheese ramyun.
Yes.
Let's go.
Sunshine, 이른 아침 햇살 나는 너와의 햇살을 기억해 Remember
Okay, this is the second noodle, which is the Paldo cheese ramyun.
I can immediately smell the cheese
Yes.
Yeah.
And I remember this is probably like the first Korean instant noodle that kind of like combines Western flavor.
Yes.
Probably like the first that includes cheese and followed by some other brands, obviously.
Okay.
Okay, let's go. Before you mix the cheese powder, the broth is kind of like clear, but as soon as you mix the cheese powder, it's become like a kind of like more oranges, intense, you know, not as clear as before. Okay.
First criteria, always syrupiness level.
Yes.
So satisfying.
Yeah. You can taste the cheese immediately on the broth, right? You know, it's instant cheese, but
Yeah.
it's not bad, I would say.
Syrupiness level, it's about the same, no?
Yeah, about the same, around 9, I would say.
Yeah.
Okay, what about the texture of the noodles?
I really like this.
You really like this? I think it's a bit more chewy than...
Yeah, it's
Then
chewier.
Nongshim, yeah.
Should we score it 10 out of 10?
Yeah,
Really?
yeah, I agree.
The noodle is really good, right?
Yeah. So with this one, guys, I think they don't really have like any artificial meat.
Oh,
Like the Samyang black one, the previous one has the like the artificial.
Because in ramyun, actually the base flavor is beef.
Right. Okay. Okay. What about the overall taste?
It's really nice and it's not too spicy. I'll give it 8, maybe.
I agree. I give it an 8. If you're not a fan of artificial cheese powder, you probably don't really like this one. I mean, like it's a bit gimmicky, you find it, but I think it's quite nice. Like they try to mix these Western ingredients right to the Korean noodle.
Yeah, if you're not a fan of very spicy ramyun, then give this a go. It has a quite nice like touch of just enough chili.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is amazing. But we have to try the next one, which is this one right here.
Bibim.
Bibim. Okay, this is called Bibim.
Probably the most weirdest ramyun I have ever seen and heard and discovered.
Yeah,
Because it's cold. It's so cold.
Yeah.
The color is really red, by the way. I'm not sure if it's spicy. Smells familiar.
It smells like really fruity, things like that. They put
Fruity?
like it smells quite fruity. Well, they put like Apple logo in there.
Apple juice soup.
Yeah. So
What?
I get
So weird.
it definitely feels fruity, but I'm not quite sure if that's really apple.
Addition more 8% apple juice in soup. Wow.
Wow, it's really sweet.
I'm so confused. Is this dessert or is this noodle?
It has like a good kind of like slurpiness, I would say.
I give it 7.
Yeah, I agree. I give it a 7 as well. One thing that I noticed straight away, it's really sweet, I think, and it's cold and definitely really weird.
I have to say it's quite delicious. I mean, once you get a third, like 4th bite, you get used to the flavor. It has a hint of spiciness as well.
Yeah. Okay, let's talk about the texture of the noodle. So this one,
It's a bit thin.
yeah, it's
Thin noodles.
a bit thin.
Yes.
It reminds me of that like Thai mama instant noodle.
Still chewy.
Still chewy, still have a good bite. I'm gonna give it an 8. What do you reckon?
Not a big fan of very thin noodle.
Oh, really?
So I'll give it a 7. And what about the taste?
The taste, I'm not a big fan, but I'm not like disliking it as well. You know what I mean? Like I come in the middle. Yeah.
Yeah, same like Peter. I don't hate it, but I don't love it.
But you definitely have to try this one, guys, because it's very unique.
Very unique, yes.
And probably for most Korean, this is like really one of the most Korean things about instant noodles.
Yeah, they have a cold noodles dish in Korea.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna give it a 7, guys, for this one, for the overall taste.
I'll give it a 6.
So
Yeah.
I'll come in the middle, so 6.5.
Yep.
That's it about this Bibim.
Yes.
Definitely have to try.
Yes.
Let's come into the 4th one, which
Yeah.
is very interesting. And
The latest addition to Korean instant noodle, Chapaguri.
this one is from Nongshim.
Yes.
So let's get cooking.
it's early in the morning on a rainy Saturday. 난 아직 너의 통만 기다리는데 끝까지 너.
Okay, this is our fourth instant noodles.
Yes.
We are trying this new flavor, I think, from Nongshim. It's called Chapaguri.
Yes, this flavor is popularized by the Parasite movie.
Yes.
So it's combination of the chapaghetti and neoguri.
Yeah.
So right now I think this is a latest edition. So they actually combine together, right, into one instant noodle. So you don't even need to purchase like separate noodles anymore.
The chapaghetti is the black bean noodles.
Yeah.
It's basically like inspired by Korean noodle dish called Ramyun.
Yeah.
And the neoguri it's seafood
Seafood-based
instant noodles, basically.
Yeah. I think they only released the cup noodle version. They haven't released the package one yet.
Right, okay.
Yeah. So from the color, love it already.
Yeah, the color is quite instant. It's
Intense.
black, you know. One thing I really hate about this chapaghetti noodle is the seasoning is really hard to mix, you know. Sometimes you get part of the noodles that is like quite lumpy. But anyway, let's taste.
Surprise, yeah, not bad.
Not
I
bad.
mean, I prefer maybe the soup base to be like extra level surprise.
I'm gonna give it a 7. I think. I think it comes back to the point that I made before. The powder doesn't really mix together with the noodles, so that's why it's make it like the noodles quite sticky, you know. So it doesn't slurp that well.
Agree. 7.
Okay, let's talk about the texture of the noodles now. Again, I think it's typical Nongshim kind of like style ramyun. It's thick, it's quite wide as well. What do you think?
Kind of okay with the noodle.
7 as well, maybe? What do you reckon?
Yeah, 7.
Yeah, there is like less bite, I think. Yeah, it's more like soft. Well, it's maybe arguable because like this is like the cup noodle.
Yeah.
Overall taste.
I think this is maybe probably the most umami flavor for instant noodle.
Yeah.
It's very umami.
Yeah. Should we give it a...
Give it a 9. I like it.
Okay.
I like the flavor already. Yeah.
Okay, guys, this is our last Korean instant noodle taste. This is the ultimate favorite, I think. My ultimate favorite.
The best of the best.
The Buldak Carbonara. This is our last Korean instant noodle taste.
Last one. Woohoo. Okay, anyway, this is the last one, the most exciting one I wanna try. This is Peter best of the best.
This one is called a
Buldak Carbonara.
Buldak Carbonara, basically a company from Korea as well. It's called Samyang.
Yes.
And they produce this series. So basically, you need to look into this icon here, this little chicken icon here. And I think they have like different variant of this one as well. Like they have the black one, they have the red one. I think they have the yellow one, which is the cheese. So this one is the carbonara.
Yep.
And the texture looks amazing. Looks like really like a pasta, right? The way you cooked it is a little bit different as well. You need to reserve like some of the noodle water. Once you mix the instant powder, you mix also the water from the noodles.
Oh, from the smell, it smells quite spicy already. From the smell, right? Spicy, man.
Wow, it's really spicy.
Still not the spiciest ever. This is
Quite spicy.
Yeah.
Okay, in terms of slurpiness, I think it's really not that slurpy, right? I mean,
To be honest, I find it's better than the Chapaguri.
right, maybe give it an 8 or 7.5.
7.5, I think.
Yeah.
Slightly better than the Chapaguri.
Yeah. What do you think about the noodle?
Wow.
This is like,
amazing.
out of the 5, this is one of the thickest
The thickest, yes.
noodles, right?
Yes.
And also the most like chewy, almost like pasta-like fettuccine kind of.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
I would say this is like cross between pasta and noodle. But for noodle, I really love what you find is Shin Ramyun or the Paldo cheese ramen. That's
okay.
my type of noodle.
Right,
Yes,
right.
not the flat and curly one. Yeah.
Okay.
But in terms of the chewiness, really good. I would say. So I'll give it 8,
Right. I'm gonna give it
10.
no. I'm gonna give it like a 9.
Okay.
What about the flavor? The overall taste?
Wow, this is the bomb actually.
I'm gonna give it like a 10 for
Okay.
this one. Like I really like it. I mean, again, I'm biased on this one, but I really like it.
Yeah, I found it's quite perfect. The taste, the flavor, the creaminess. But you can tell like this is quite spicy for me. So I'm gonna reduce the point because the spiciness level is a bit too much for me. 9.
Right. Okay.
But if you really love spicy, then definitely give it a go.
Okay, we have tried these 5 Korean instant noodle, which we think one of the best.
Yes.
Out of like different and many available Korean instant noodles out there. We have a final score and we have a winner, right?
Yes, this is my scorecard. So we have a winner. Winners. Because we have a tie.
Right, okay, which one is the...
With a score of 27, we have Shin Ramyun Black
Dang it.
and Paldo cheese Ramyun.
Right, okay. Woo.
And the runner-up is the Buldak.
Buldak.
Winners, best of the best. My runner-up right now.
Right, okay.
Third place belong to Chapaguri.
Yay!
And the final spot, of course, the Bibim Man. Bibim Man. I really like the name, Bibim Man.
Anyway, guys, if you have a recommendations of Korean instant noodles that we should absolutely try,
Yes.
leave them in the comment box
Yes.
below and let us know what is your Korean instant noodle favorite as well.
Yes. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, hit the thumbs up button, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel to have our channel to grow. And don't forget to turn on that notification bell as well, so you won't miss our next Hot Korea's episode.
Yeah, this is gonna be the final, right?
Yes.
The final
Yes.
Korean
Stay tuned.
episode as well.
Yeah.
Anyway, guys, we hope you enjoy and stay foolish.
Stay hungry.
Bye.
조금씩 살금살금 주문을 걸고 있네